Hi Taurus, welcome, or welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. My name is Liz. If you are returning, thank you so much. If you subscribe to the channel, if you're one of the 10 subscribers that I have, I'm so pumped. Thank you. And if you would like to subscribe, of course, I would love that. And if you ever change your mind at any point, you can just unsubscribe. But that would suck. Anyway, we're talking about February today, and kind of during the pre-shuffle when I was just kind of getting tuned into your energy, on one of the splits there was the Nine of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. I don't generally like pay attention to the splits, like when I split the deck to shuffle them, but for whatever reason, that's kind of how like this deck is talking to me, which I love, you know, like I'm here for it. So anyway, you know, that just kind of says to me that, you know, maybe something that you've been working towards and putting a lot of energy and focus into is starting to pay off, or it's going to be like the fruits of your labor going to kind of start blossoming, which is beautiful. And what a beautiful way to start the year anyway. And then the Justice card and the Hanged Man fell out as I was shuffling as well. So, you know, I mean, this could be just a successful change of perspective. This could also just be, you know, in the time that the things, in the time that it's taken for these things to kind of come to fruition, there could have been some sort of balancing happening, or like some sort of justice or fairness, you know, like that has developed also. But let's see how it comes out. Same as last month, and if you're new, I'll explain it. The first card is our current energy. To the left of that is any blocks. Below is advice for how to clear the block, and then the last card is kind of where we're heading. We ask for really only one card at a time. We want the message to be clear. We'll take two if they come out together, but any more than two, we'll put them back in the deck and keep shuffling. The card does have to fall out of the deck. If it flips in the deck, we'll just flip it back and keep it moving. And we don't do reversals. I don't shuffle reversals into the decks, but if it falls out and ends up in the reverse position, we'll take it. If it wants to be reversed, you know, who am I to tell it not to? So is there anything else? I'm going to try not to, you know, kind of clear my throat a bunch. I have some water with me, but I know in the last video, or my first video that I made ever, or video series, I was just saying how I'm kind of going through a throat chakra healing, and what a roller coaster that has been. I feel like I kind of, I didn't really, like, I didn't technically like lose my voice ever, but there were a couple days there that I was like, where did my voice go? And just kind of struggling to find the words sometimes too, more than normal, because that's not uncommon for me. So anyway, I'll just apologize in advance if I do need to clear my throat. Oh, hell yeah. Look at that. Success. Dang. It's almost kind of like I went like up and then it was like immediately grounded with the devil at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, I mean, right off the bat, you know, the current energy that we're feeling, the Six of Wands is, again, like I said, success. You know, I mean, she's standing on a stage there. You know, there's really only hands out there, but you know, I mean, it's good stuff. You know, I mean, that very well, I'm kind of getting this energy of like, you know, you've kind of put yourself out there and was successful at doing so. Maybe it went better than you thought it was going to go, especially if it was something where you're kind of putting yourself in front of people in some fashion. The Devil card kind of talks about the things that kind of hold us back. It's, you know, it's the shadow stuff. It's, you know, the stories that we tell ourselves. It could be, of course, addictions, and addictions can be anything from, you know, substances to shopping to numbing, numbing with distraction, or, you know, and in this depiction of it, he's kind of got this person, by strings. So it's kind of like, you know, he's just kind of puppeteering, I guess. But I'm getting this feeling of like, you know, the devil is almost like, it's kind of like handing, like giving your energy back. Like I see this as an offering. It's like, you know, here you go. You deserve this. Or it's no longer mine, or, you know, like just something to where like you are coming out of this energy. And I think this gold is kind of playing into it a lot too. It's like, you know, kind of putting light into the darkness, you know, like shedding light onto those dark areas in our minds. And the Four of Swords, you know, it just kind of talks about like, you know, I mean, this is something that you've really been kind of focusing on, and really kind of taking your time doing, you know, like just kind of like sitting in this energy. But anyway, beautiful. I love that. What is blocking Taurus? And especially since last month, I think, I'm getting this memory of the false starts. So it kind of seems like something might have worked out for you. I don't remember everything about, I just remember the false starts thing. Anyway, what is the block? What's blocking Taurus? This is only one card, right? Okay. I don't know. For some reason, I was like, why does that look like it's two cards? What's blocking Taurus? Nothing? Like, is there no roadblocks anymore? Oh, that's too many. Too many. Five of Cups. Yeah, like that could just be like some residual like fear, really is kind of like what the feeling that I'm getting. The cups talk about our emotions. The Five of Cups, you know, I mean, we have three kind of empty cups here. It looks like she's dumping another one out here, but here's this one cup back here that she's not even really focusing on. So it's, you know, like the block could be that you're kind of focusing on, you know, the things that could go wrong, the things that maybe have gone wrong in the past, and just kind of, oh, I don't really want, you know, like those things to kind of happen again. And kind of all of the what ifs that, you know, like we can get stuck in. And what's beautiful is we have this Ace of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. So it's almost kind of like this energy is kind of, I'm like, do you see all the colors in this cup over here? I'm like kind of getting this connection to this Ace of Cups. So it's kind of like in one sense of the word, in one way, however the terminology is, it's good to release these things. It's good to empty out these cups. It's good to kind of release those things that either happened before, or, you know, like those stories, that those fears that just kind of hold us back. So in a way, it's good to dump this shit out. Like whatever, you know, this hole is, just, you know, put it down into the abyss and let it go. And, you know, like this cup back here is just kind of what we're left with. We're left with the hope. We're left with this beautiful just heart energy. I don't know if you can kind of tell, but this looks like a little heart right here. And of course, kind of where she's holding the bowl anyway is right in front of her heart chakra. So, you know, it's allowing the excitement and the possibilities of, you know, like things going a different way than they have gone before. And what's also beautiful is we have this 9 of Cups, which is the wish fulfillment card, and then we have the world card. So it's just, to me, it's like, you know, the block might be that, you know, we're kind of stuck in this energy of releasing old shit and trying to focus on this, but we're gonna do it. You know, like the world card is the end of a cycle, but the beginning of a new cycle also. So, and then behind that we have the 3 of Pentacles, which talks about planning and collaboration and, you know, kind of the building blocks of what we're gonna do, whether that's work or whatever. Beautiful. And look at just even the juxtaposition of the colors here too. Like, you know, we have these brights, you know, oranges and all this color over here, and then over here it's, you know, like kind of nighttime and a little bit more sad, you know, like a little depressing even. So I'm a big proponent of, you know, like sitting in these energies, because, you know, like if we just don't look at them, they're still going to be there. So I think that we should, you know, like look at these things that are in these bowls and release them, you know, and realize that we still have this one bowl that is, like I said, just kind of full of possibilities and newness. So what's the advice? Like, how do we release the block? I always say we, like anytime I do, it doesn't matter who I'm doing a reading for. Like if it's, whoever, you know, I'm always like, we this, we that. So we're all in it together. Whoops, it's too many. All right, so what is the advice for Taurus? What's the advice? What's the advice for Taurus? I swear, after a while, my hands just stop working. What's the advice? Nobody wants to watch like a ton of shuffling here. What's the advice? Is there any advice? What is the advice for Taurus to clear the block? Well, that's beautiful. I keep getting this, I just like, I have this like feeling that this is like kind of all the same person. So it's like, just, you know, almost just kind of like literally visualizing like the whole story that we're going through, right? Like feeling, you know, like just proud of ourselves almost, but also like still kind of working on our shadow stuff. And then the advice is to really just kind of like lean into the unknown. The Fool card is all about taking a leap of faith and trusting that it'll work out, like trusting that there's a net to catch you, or, you know, just kind of trusting that you're going to land exactly where you need to be. And of course, that is always how it's going to go, regardless of how it looks or how it feels. We are always going to be put exactly where we need to be for exactly how long we need to be there, right? So, and that's, you know, I mean, this depiction of the Fool, I mean, she's literally just falling back into this mandala grid, you know, and there's just, you know, kind of this energy that's coming out, and just, you know, like the calmness, like she's really just relaxed, you know, her eyes are closed, really just going for it. And then we have the Three of Wands, which talks about, you know, like our direction. The wands are the action cards. So, you know, it's seeing the path and actually stepping on it. You know, I've thought about this already, and I, you know, like I can see a direction that I want to go in. I may not be able to see everything that could possibly happen on the path, but I know which way I want to go, and I'm just going to go for it. And the Empress card, like this to me is like, I don't know why like birth keeps coming to mind, but it's almost like, you know, the path will be created for you as you walk. Like you don't even have to worry about what is going to come up. It's going to be created for you. Beautiful. I think that's absolutely beautiful. Oh, man. I love that. Whoop. And there's a hangman. Again. And the Four of the Four of Wands. The Hanged Man talks about seeing things from a different perspective. But it's almost kind of like the Hanged Man is always off its feet. Like, so it's almost kind of like, I keep getting this, like, this word, like free fall keeps coming to my mind. And I don't think that's exactly kind of what I'm looking for. But I always just think it's so cool with the Hanged Man, how you really have almost kind of no control over the situation. So it's really just, again, you know, like I was saying, like just really kind of leaning into the trust. and being open-minded too, you know, like don't really get stuck in a certain perspective. Don't allow yourself to kind of get rigid in that way, is like the kind of the feeling that I'm getting from it. Because there's so many possibilities. And there's so many different ways of looking at it too. There's a world card. So the Four of Wands talks about, you know, like having a healthy foundation. In some, you know, like it can talk about like marriage, relationships. This one, it kind of looks like they're like at like a music festival and having a good time. Just kind of dancing and being a bit carefree. And that's, again, like that's almost kind of like, you know, what I was saying with the Hanged Man. Like really just enjoy, you know, like lean into the process. Don't kind of attach yourself to any one way of doing things or any one way of thinking about things. And I keep kind of bringing up the mind stuff because we kind of have this like starburst, this like energy kind of coming out from around the head. And I mean, I think the Hanged Man generally has like a halo or something anyway. So, you know, it's just keeping an open mind and having a good time. Like, don't even necessarily focus on just one thing. Focus on having a good time and feeling good. Maybe you like need some movement in your life. I know I do. So, you know, I mean, that could be dancing, that could be, you know, walking, whatever. That just came to mind. And then here we have the World card again, and the Three of Pentacles is still behind that. So it's like, you know, there is a cycle that is coming to an end. And right behind it is this new cycle of like collaboration and planning and like building towards something. Also, what I just realized to like kind of start wrapping this up is all of the cards that are out on the table is one person. So this could be something that you've been kind of going through alone, or maybe you have felt like you have been kind of going through it alone. Because like I said, you know, it's almost kind of like different depictions of kind of the same person. So it's almost kind of like seeing a journey of somebody, right? That's just, I don't know, that's just kind of how I'm seeing it. Because it's kind of like, you know, they all kind of have like the same-ish color of hair, you know, but, and the cards that have been kind of under the deck have been more, like we have the Four of Wands. That talks about, involving other people, right? I mean, like there's usually at least two people in the depiction of the Four of Wands anyway. So it's like building a foundation with other people. And then, you know, the Three of Pentacles has come up a couple times. So this could be that, you know, the right people that either are experts in the industry that you want to get into, or, you know, like if there's a course or something, some level of training that you want to take, or, you know, whatever the case may be. It could be friends, you know, like they're coming in, you know. So if this is a situation where you have been kind of feeling like you're having to kind of go it alone a bit for however long, then that's looking like it's going to be changing also, which is cool. So yeah, this the Ace of Pentacles. Hello. Again, I don't generally do that either. But I just all of a sudden got this feeling to pull that. So again, you know, there is something new coming in this whole situation because you did this, because you're in this energy, because you put yourself out there, because, you know, like you decided to do that. All of that is bringing this new thing in. This could be a new job, a new venture, you know, I mean, this it's, you know, like body healing too. Again, you know, if it's your health, it's tangible things. It's also kind of the energy of those things. But yeah, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Happy February. And again, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. And it's always awkward saying goodbye, so I'm just going to leave it there. I'll see you in March. Bye.